Okay, so hello everyone. In last video we have discussed about the model form, right? In last video we have discussed about model form. And why do we create the model form? Whenever we want to store the user data into the database permanently, then we use model form, right? Okay. So now today we will see how to create. We will try to create here movie project. Okay, right, we will create the movie project, and in the movie project you will see one page. There will be a main page, or you can say index page, right? So this will be index.html. This is nothing but template. There will be a template we will create in Django, right? And here you will see some heading, okay, like movie project and xyz heading you will create. And the interesting thing is we will create here two buttons, right? So one is to add a movie. Okay, one is for adding a movie, right? And second one is to display, right? So user when click on add movie, so he will be able to add the movie in the database. And when the user will click on display, so all the movies list will be rendered, whatever movie stored in the database. So all the movie list will be rendered to the user, right? So what we will do, first of all, we will create our model. Okay, model is nothing but we will create the database schema. Okay, so so in order to create the model in Django, first of all, we need to create the Django project, right? And then we will create the model where we will define the fields. What fields? We will define all the fields, whatever data we want to store, whatever data we are taking through the form while taking the add movie details. So for all details, we will create the model.py, right? So let me open VS Code and let me just take a new folder. So this is day 25. Okay, so let's select this folder and try to create here movie project in Django, right? So what we will write first? First of all, we will write the command which is py manage, no, not py, but we will create here Django project by writing the command Django admin, okay, start project, right? And the project name is movie project. Okay, so here we will get the configuration file. Here we have manage.py file. So with this manage.py file, we will create our application. To get this manage.py file, we should redirect to this movie project, because currently we are in the day 25 folder. So we will write here cd and we will write movie project. Okay, so now my current location is movie project. If you want to see your current location, if it is not visible to you, you can write pwd present working directory. Okay, so here is the path of your location, right? All right. Okay, now we have to create an application in this movie project folder. Okay, so we will write the command py manage dot py start app. Okay, we can write test app, or you can write movie app, whatever you like, you can write any name. Okay, all right. So now we have created this test app application in the Django. Once you have created this test app, Now that your next step is register your application, or we can say configure your application in settings. So in movies project, we have settings.py file. In the settings.py file at line number 33, you will see installed apps. So in the installed app, don't change anything here. Just add your application name in single quotes. So here my application name is test app. Make sure you are writing correct application name. Whatever application you have created, same application you have to install in the installed app list. Okay, so this was the first, second step. The third step is you have to create the model, because whatever movie details we will take from the user, we have to store that data into the database. So for storing the data into the database, we create the model, right? So what we will do, we will create some fields like, okay, so we will create some fields like date, okay, date field. So we will write the date field, we will create the movie name field, okay, we will take hero name and we will take heroine name, okay, then we will take the rating of the movie, right? And this date is nothing but release date, when movie is releasing, so that date. So what we will do for creating the model, we create the model class, right? So when we are creating the model class, it should inherit the parent class. Okay, so what is the parent class? Models dot model, right? So inside the models package, we have model class. Okay, so this is the parent class, and this movie is the child class of model class. All right. Now we have to create these all fields. Okay, so first one is this release date. So release date should be which type? We need to define the data type of this. So models dot date field, right? Next field is movie name. So movie name is obviously a character fields. So we will write here models dot character field. When you are writing character fields in model, you need to define the length, maximum length. So we can say max length is 40. Okay, up to 40 characters we can give as a movie name. After that we have hero. So hero is nothing but models dot hero is also character field. So we will write here character field. Okay, and the max length is, let's give 40 only, right? Now heroine name, okay, and models dot, we can say character field, and the maximum length is, let's give 40 only. And after that, rating of the movie. To get the rating, we will create models dot integer field, because rating will be in numbers. Okay, so now we have created this. Now this code, this is the Python code. Can you see we have written the Python code, but Python code can't understand by the database. Okay, so what we need to do, this Python code we need to convert into SQL code, right? And then the SQL code we need to execute. Okay, so we need to execute. Why we are executing? So that it can create database schema. Okay, so it can create table in database, right? Okay, so what commands we will write? We will write here two commands. One is py manage.py make migrations. So make migration, what it do, it converts our Python code into SQL, right? And the second command we have to write, which is py manage.py migrate. So this migrate command will This migrate command will execute our SQL code and create the table in database. So it will create the table in database. Okay, I hope you're understanding. This is the comments I'm writing for our understanding only. So where do we write this command? In terminal. Okay. So what is the first command? The first command is py manage.py make migrations. Make sure you are writing correct spelling and you are including s, right? So this is the migrations. So you can see here our database has created, okay, and this code has translated into SQL, right? Now what we need to do now, we need to create the database table. So for creating database table, we will write py manage.py migrate. Okay, so now it will create the table. Okay, so it has created the table. Where is the table? There are two ways to check the table. One is you can register your model in admin and you can check this table in admin panel. Otherwise, we have extension of SQLite 3 extension. Here also you can see table in last. So test app is your like application name and movie your model name. So here is the field like release date, movie name, hero, heroine. Okay, rating like that. Okay, let's suppose I have to check this table details in admin panel. So what I will do, I will go to the admin panel and here I will create the model. I mean here I will create the admin model, or we can say model admin, right? So for what we are creating the model for our we are creating the admin panel for what? For this model, which is movie model. And this movie model is there in the models.py. And the models.py is there in the test app, right? So where is the models.py? In the test app. Where is the movie? In the models.py. So here also we have to tell for what we are creating our admin panel. Okay, so we will write here from test app. Okay, from test app there is a models import movie. For this movie we will create the model admin. So here class, right, and movie admin class, right, and here we will write admin dot model admin. Okay, so this model admin is the parent class and movie admin is the child class. What does it mean? It means movie admin class is inheriting model admin class, okay, which is predefined. Now here what I will do, it is asking what are the fields you want to display in admin panel. So I want to display all the fields. So if you want to display all the fields in admin panel, fields means these are the columns of the table. So if you want to display all the fields, you need to write list underscore display. And here you will mention your columns names. So first one is release date, second one is movie name. Make sure you are writing correctly right now, otherwise it might give you an error. No, definitely error will come. Okay, so let me just paste that, just copy it and paste it, right? Okay, so what are the next field? Next one is hero, and another one is heroine. Okay, next one is rating, right? So we have all the fields. Now what we have to do, we need to register this model, movie model. Okay, how to register? We write here admin dot site dot register. And where we are registering this? We are registering this in admin panel. That is why we are writing admin dot site dot register. And here we will write two things. First one is our model name. Our model name is movie model. So write the movie model name, movie. Okay, next one we will write whatever model admin we have created, that model admin we will also write, also register. So movie admin, correct? Okay. If you have done this much, what you need to do, you need to write one command to create the admin. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to create the super user. Okay. Admin is nothing but super user, right? And what's the command to create the super user? So the command to create the super user is py manage.py create, don't give space, create super, don't give space, user. Okay, so it is a complete one word, okay, which will create our super user. Okay, so where we will have to write this command in the terminal. Okay, so what we have to write, py manage.py create super user, right? What happened? Create super user. Well, let me write one more time. Hope we are writing it correctly. Okay, let's try one more time. Py manage.py create super user. All right. So correct some issue. Okay, so I think the problem is here. Problem exists here. We are writing incorrect name. So it should be movie, and hero is TK, heroine is also correct. Rating be TK. All right. So now try to execute it. Py manage.py. What we have to write? Super user, right now. Create super user. Okay. Again, the error. What it is saying, movie is also not the field name. What we have done? Okay, we have written here movie name. All right, not an issue. So let's write here movie name. कोई बात नहीं. Okay, ठीक है. अभी let's try to run it one more time. Hopefully, yeah, it's asking the username. Username means it is asking the super username. So I'm just writing admin only. You can give any. Email, I'm keeping it blank. Press enter. Password, I'm giving 123. You cannot see the password. So I'm again giving 123. You can give any. Okay, so it is saying too weak password. You have 3 digits only. So I want to go with this password. So yes, super user has been created successfully, right? Okay. So now what we have to do, we have to run the server and we have to check whether our model is being displayed or not. So we will write here CLS for clear screen. We will write here py manage.py run server. Okay, so Django provide by default admin panel, right? So you can go and check localhost 8000 is the server port. Okay, here we can write admin. Okay, so now what it is asking? It is asking admin username and password, right? Okay, so let's give the username is admin, give password as 123. Just click on login. Okay, so we are getting our test tab. In the test tab, we have model, which is movies. In the movies, we have when you will add the movie, you will get this particular fields. So rating, I mean release date, movie name, hero, heroine, ratings like that. But I don't want to submit these details from the admin. I want like our user. our user can add these details through the form. Okay, so we will display two buttons. As I said, we will display two buttons to the user. One is, we can say, display, and the second one is, the first one is add, and the second one is display, right? So let's create this index.html. So for creating the index.html, we have to create some template, we have to register the template. Okay, so yeah, so let's try to create the templates. Okay, so where will we create the templates? So here I'll create the templates. Okay, templates are nothing but HTML file, don't be confused. And after that we will write the application name. Why we are writing application name? Because in Django project there could be multiple application, and each application has templates. So here in the templates folder we have to tell specifically for which application you are creating the template. So we will say for the test application we are creating the templates. Now it is asking, all right, I understood you are creating the template for the test app. Now tell me what is the name of your template. So as you can see here, my template name is index.html. So let's go with the same. So just click on this icon. Make sure you have clicked first of all test app, then only click on this. Otherwise, the template will be created at wrong location. So we got the index.html file. So let's write here boilerplate code. Okay, so we have written boilerplate code here. Okay, and what we will do, okay, let's keep it as it is, because our Django will not recognize this templates. So in the project settings we need to configure it. So for configuring it, we will create one variable here. Okay, after base dir we will create one variable which will hold the path of this templates folder. So what will be the variable name? Template underscore dir. Okay, and base dir is the root. So from the root base dir we will take the, what we will take, we will take the, what we can say, yeah, template. Yeah, templates name, we will write the templates folder name, because in the root directory we have this templates folder. So that is why we are taking. So you got the path of the templates folder in this variable. Now this variable needs to be registered in directories, right? So here we have templates, here we have directories, here we have to write the variable name which is holding the templates path. So template dir, that's it, we have registered. Okay, but still you will not get any output. You will not get any output of your index.html file. Why? Because one view should trigger this index.html file, and view we create in the views.py file. So here is the views.py file. Here we will create the view. View are nothing but Python function, right? So what will be the flow? Basically the request, the user will request through the URL. Okay, and then URL will request to the views, right? And views will request to the templates. Okay, and you will get the output. Okay, template in the form of templates are nothing but HTML files. So let's create here views. Okay, so let's write, views are nothing but function we are creating. So what is our view name? I'm writing here index view, and here we will write the default parameter which is request. Okay, return and render. So what we want to render here, request. Okay, so we want to render this index.html file. So we will write here test step because it is inside the test step, and then we will write the file name index.html file, right? Okay, so I said this view will be triggered by the URLs. Okay, so where we have to create the URLs? Here in the movies project, here is a urls.py file. So here we will create the URL. Okay, so here we will add another URL which is empty. Empty is nothing but this is the index page. Okay, so here we will write views dot index underscore view. Okay, so what it is saying, views are not is not defined. So views is inside the views.py file. Okay, and views.py file is there inside the test tab. You can see in the test tab we have views.py file. So just import it. So from test tab, okay, import which file, views file. Okay, now it is not giving any error. Okay, so as I said, user will trigger this URL. Okay, so what is the URL name? Our URL name is nothing. So whenever you will run the server and you will go to the default URL, you will default URL will trigger this view and you will get the template output. So let's write something in template. Okay, like we are writing hello world to check whether we are getting output or not. Okay, so first of all run the server. Okay, server is running. So what's the default port? Your default port is localhost 8000. Okay, default URL is localhost 8000. So we are getting this default page, right? Let's suppose, for example, in urls.py, if I write here uh, first page. Okay, I mean, if I write here first page, so now it will not display the default page. If I refresh it, it will display two URLs. One is two endpoints, one is admin, second is first. So if you will write here first, then only you will get that page. Okay, but we want to make it a default page. That is why we are not writing anything. That's why we are keeping it empty. Otherwise, you can keep it forward slash. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do, you can do. So now first endpoint it is not recognized. So okay, so it is saying give forward slash. Okay, forward slash not for admin. Okay, so we can remove the forward slash because it is creating an issue. So let's just write simply and we are getting this. But in this page, what we have to do, we have to create two buttons as discussed earlier. One is display, one is add. So what we will do, we will add bootstrap here. Okay, so we will go to the bootstrap website and we will take the bootstrap CDN link. Okay, like we want to use the bootstrap CDN. Okay, no worries, we can take from here. So this is what CSS. Okay, so let's take the CSS and import in our project. Keep it in our index.html file. So here I'm keeping it, right? And here I'm writing movie project is the title. Okay, let's suppose I have to create here a button. Okay, so let me write here first heading, which is movie project. Okay, and let's suppose I have to create here button. So how can I create the button? I can create the button. I want to create a button clickable, right? So I want to create the clickable button. So in order to create the clickable button, we will use the anchor tag, right? We can write one heading also, like updated movies information, or we can say get. Okay, and we can give some great name to our movie project, movies galaxy. Okay, whatever you want to do. Now I want to create one anchor tag. So this is the anchor tag and here I'm writing add, and I want to create another anchor tag and here I'm writing display, right? So two things I have written here. Let's check what output we are getting now. Okay, so we are getting add and display, but I have to make it like a button. So as we are using bootstrap in our project using CDN, okay, here what I'm using bootstrap CDN link. Okay, so I'm using bootstrap, so here I can use the bootstrap class. let's give is hash because we are not attaching it with any other page. So here we will write the class bootstrap class we will write. Okay, so which class we will write? We will make it as a button. So btn primary, btn success, btn danger, these are the different classes. Okay, so let's give class to it as well. Btn primary, let's keep primary means this is the blue kind of color. Okay, so you can come here, you can display it now. So it is displaying like a uh, add and display like a button, but I want to keep it in center. Basically we can use css, and I'm using very old traditional method, which is align. Okay, center. Okay, this is one of the tradition and deprecated property maybe. So you can use the css, but as of now I'm using this, but it's not working. Why it's not working? Okay, 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 later we will see, don't worry about it. Align center. No, no worries, we will do something for this. Okay, so now we have our add and display. So now what we have to do, we have to create uh, okay, so let's keep this inside the container. Okay, so I'll keep everything in the container, dot container, because it should be a class. In this container we are writing this. Okay, don't be confused, it's not so much difficult, it's easy. Let's format the document, and here we can write the align center. Check whether we are getting or not. Yes, we are getting in center now. Okay, all right, so now what we have to do for this add and for this display, we have to create different pages and different views, right? So let's go to the view and create one view here. Okay, this is the index view we have created. Now let's create, we can say, a list movie view. Let's create one list movie view because we have to display the list of the movies. So let's create the, okay, so here we will write movies dot list, or we can say movies underscore list, right? And what we need to do here we have to fetch the movies from the database. As of now we don't have movies in the database stored. Our movie information is not there. Let's suppose I'm adding one movie information. So movie name is what? Let's suppose Lucy is our movie name. Heroine name I don't remember as of now, so I'm writing ABC. Hero name, yeah, I'm writing ABC. Heroine name XYZ. Rating is obviously 5 rating. Just save it. Okay, server is not run. So let's run the server. Okay. As of now, let's just keep it fast. So okay. Now let's try to refresh it. Okay. So movie name is Lucy and ABC XYZ and save. Okay, so this movie information saved into the database. So this information we have to fetch right through the view. So we are fetching through this view, list movie view, and we will write here movie dot objects dot all. So this is nothing but ORM query we are writing. It is similar to the select star from table. Okay, select star from table name. So our table here, our model is nothing but a table. Our table name is movie, but it is not able to recognize movie because we didn't import the movie. So we need to import here. So from test tab, okay, models import movie. Okay, so movie has imported. So now it is fetching the details from the database. Now these details we need to store in the movie list. So we will creating one variable one which is movie underscore list, and we are storing that movie information, right? What is our model name? Movie. And here also we are writing code movie. Okay, it's movie or movies? It's movie. Saying invalid syntax. Why it is invalid syntax? Movie dot objects dot all. Okay, so now there is no error. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to return this onto the movie list. Okay, so return render, right, and request. Then in the test step we will create one page, and the page name will be list movies.html. Okay, and this list movie.html will contain the information of the movie in the form of a dictionary, and information of the movie is stored in the movie list. So we will send it as a dictionary in the form of key and value pair. So this is the key and this is the value associated with, right? Okay, so where is this list movie.html? Let's create the list movie.html here. Just click on this and keep the list movie.html. So here what we will do, we will display the movie information, right? So let me just copy this header which is including our CDN link. So let's keep it here. Okay, let's create the body of this. Okay, and let's close the HTML. This is what we have done. Now we have to check whether movie is available or not. We have to check. Let's suppose we have, why we are checking, because sometimes there is no movie in the database, and then we have to display the message to the user. So we will use here Django template, right? If movie underscore list. Okay, so is it movie or movies? Let's check what we are sending. Movie list. Okay, it is movie. So here let's close all other tabs. Okay, so it is movie underscore list, right? And we have to check if it is true. If it is true means data is there in database, and if you are opening the if, then you need to close the if. Okay, what we will write, and if, right? Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write one heading h1 we will say movie, we can say movie list, right? And how to display the movie list? Let's suppose what will be the else message. What else message we will write? Movie is not there, then we have to write the else, right? So we will write else also. So else is what? H1, okay. Class, let's see, class text primary, and we will display here one, we can say no record available, right? Okay, so let's suppose if movie there, then how we will display? So movie could be more than one. So we need to display it in the form of table. So let's create the table. Okay. And in the table, we will create the T head, table header. In the table header, we will create table heading. Okay. So how many headings we will create? We will create headings as per the columns in the database. So one is release date. Okay. Second one is movie name. Next one is TH hero, right? Next one is heroine, and the next one is rating, right? So these are the information, these are the fields we have to display. These are the table fields we have to display. Now let's create the, we can say, let's write the loop, okay? Because if there are more than one movie, we have to iterate through the movies. So for movie is a variable which will take single movie from the movie list. Okay, this movie list is the dictionary which we are passing from the view. This is what we are passing, which is containing all the information which is coming from the database, right? So this is, and we have to if we are writing for, we need to end the for as well. Make sure end for, right? Now here we will create table row, and for the table row we will create the TD. Okay, and in the TD we will place the information. Okay, so first one is release date, so means it is what? It is movie dot r date. Okay, make sure you are writing the name correctly as per your model columns name, right? So movie, why we are writing movie? Because this movie is bringing single movie from the movies list. So here we will write movie dot, we can say here movie name, and after that movie dot hero, and after that movie dot, it should be here. Now we have to write heroine, and we have to write movie dot, uh, we can say rating. I think that's it. So these information we have to display, and right here self padding as well. Right. Okay. So this table we have created. Okay, so this movie list should be triggered when someone click on movie list. Okay, so display is nothing but for movie list we have created here. So we will write here the URL name. First of all, we need to create the URL basically. So let's create the URL. Okay, so we are creating the URL path. Okay, so and the name will be movie list, right? And this movie list, do we have created the view? Yes, we have created the views. So views dot. Okay, so we missed the comma here. Let's give the comma and write here views dot and list movie view. Okay, so this is attached with this. Okay, so this is we have to keep it in anchor tag. Okay, so we will write here movie list, right? Okay, so now let's go to this page, refresh it, and click on display. So it is displaying the movie information here, right? It's not displaying the. Okay, let me just remove the CDN as of now. So now check. Okay, so it is showing the table in the form of table. Now what we have to do, we have to create one button also. I mean, button is already there. We have to, when user will click on add movie, it should display form to the user. Okay, so the form should be similar to the database form. Like when here we are clicking on this, so whatever details are coming here, the same similar details should go there. So we have to create one forms.py file. So go here and in the in the test application, right? In the test application, we have to create one file which is forms.py. Click here forms.py. Okay, make sure you're writing correct name. And in the forms.py file, we will write here first from Django import forms, right? And from test.model import movie because we are creating this form for the movie. Okay, and whatever the columns are there, the movies model, we have to keep all the same fields in the form, right? Now we have to create the class. Okay, form class. We are creating model form here. So movie form. Okay, so this is model form. So we will write here forms dot model form, right? So now what we have to do here, we have to create the meta class. Okay, why we are creating meta class? Because meta is nothing but it tells data about the data. So it will tell our model name. So what is our model name? We have to mention here. Our model name is movie, right? And here we have to mention how many fields we want to see in the form. So we will write here fields. Okay, and we will say all fields, right? So you want to see all the fields, right? Okay. Now for this add button, we have to create the view because when user click on this, the request will go to the URLs and then from the URLs, it will go to the views. But we didn't create view for adding. So let's create the view for add. Okay, so here is the views.py file and here we will create the view. So def, we can say add movie, right? Add movie view. Okay, request will come and we have to serve the request. So what we will do, we will create the form object. Okay, what we need to do, create form object. right? So how to create the form object? We will write here form equals to movie form. Okay, and we will write here, and what it is saying, the form is not defined. So form is basically defined from test tab. Okay, dot, we can say forms import which form, movie form. Okay, this is model form. So now it is not giving error. So create form object. So this is the form object when form is empty. Okay, when there is no data in the form. But let's suppose when data is there in the form, so that will be the post request. So we need to check whether data is there or not. So we will write here request dot method. Request dot method will check whether data is coming through the post request or get request. So we have to check whether it's coming to the get request, yes or no. If yes means form already filled with data. So what we have to do, we have to check the verification. CSRF verification means form is valid or not. So form dot is valid. Okay, means form is following CSRF uh, validation or not. If it is following validation, then only we will accept the form. Okay, then we will save the form details. Whatever form details are coming, we will save into the database, and we will write here commit equals to true, right? And we have to return this, return render and request test tab, right? And in the test tab we have created one. Okay, we haven't created yet. Add movie, add movie.html. We will create this. Okay, and we will send the form as a key and value. Okay, so here we will create one more file, which is, okay, which is add movie.html. Make sure you are writing similar name whatever you have mentioned here in URLs. Okay, so why it is error? Okay, yeah, we have given here unnecessary comma, that's why. All right. So now we have add movie.html. So in the add movie.html, we have to write our HTML. Okay, so right here boilerplate code first, right? Not giving title. And now what we have to do, we have to create here form which through user can insert the details. What are the details user need to insert? Whatever details it is asking. Okay, this is from admin, but we are creating for user, right? So these all the fields should be there, right? So what we need to do now, let's import the CDN first. CDN we have taken, add movie, and just keep the CDN link here. Okay, now what we will do, we will create one container. Let's create one container dot container class, right? And keep it align center. Okay, you can use better thing. Okay, I'm not focusing on UI. Okay, after that, what we need to do, let's add one heading here. Add movie information. Okay, now what we have to do, we have to write here form. Okay, and form should be which method? Form method should be post, right? And we don't need to create the fields in the form because we already sending the form from the views. We are sending this form, and this form object we have created movie form, and movie form will is connected from the database, so it will create automatically all the required fields. So what I need to do, I need to inject this form dot Okay, we have to inject the form. And as paragraph, okay, as paragraph you will write, so it will come line by line, each field will come line by line. And if you are inserting the form, so make sure it is following the CSRF token validation, otherwise your form will not submit. CSRF token. Okay, so this is the validation from the Django. So input, we will create one button also. So button is which type? Submit type. Submit. Okay, now let's give the name to the button. Button name should be add movie, right? And we can say, but let's give one class to the button. Class is nothing but btn and btn danger, right? Okay, now let's check who's triggering this form. Okay, so we have to create the URL for this particular view. Okay, so we will, okay, let's create here path, right? And we will write here add movie, right? And we will write here views dot add what view we have created. Okay, 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 let's give some comma here. It should suggest me add movie view. Yes, if you are writing anything everything correct means it will give definitely suggestion. If not giving suggestion means something went wrong. So try to figure out and correct this and check it once again. ठीक है, अभी let's check now what how it is looking now. Just no, let's run the server once again. Server is denying this. Why we missed the comma here? This is the tiny mistakes. So yeah, in the journey of programming, these mistakes are good, or we can say mandatory kind of, because mistakes teach us good things. So now check, refresh it. Okay, add movie. Why it is not okay? Okay, this add movie is the anchor tag in the index, but here we have to tell don't use hash, use add movie, because we have created one URL which is add movie URL. Now it will work. So let's go here, refresh it, click on add movie. Oh my god, CSRF token process. Okay, so why it is problematic? I have written here CSRF as well. Why it is not displaying form CSRF token? I have mentioned now. Let's mention it before. Okay, refresh, add. Again, it is saying CSRF. Did you forget to register or load? I don't need to load it. CSRF token. I've mentioned the token. Form is also there. Everything is fine. What's the issue? If I don't create this form, then will it work? Yeah, add movie information. So there is a problem here only. So form correct CS. Okay, the spelling mistake. CSRF. shit, refresh it, we are getting the form. So movie release date, let's write any date. Movie name Java, heroine name, hero name James, heroine name Kiran, rating 3. Okay, added. Now what we need to do? Okay, after added, after clicking on add, it should redirect on the home page. But let's see whether data inserted or not. Refresh it. Data not came. What happened? Data should come. I think we missed something here definitely. But we haven't created the object here. We have created the empty object only, but we didn't create the object for the post request. That is why data is not saving. Request dot post. For post also we have to create, because post means when data is there, but we are not creating that object at that time. Now sorry for that. Now it will work definitely. Then one more thing I want to see. Okay, just click on add. Click. Okay, click. I think 2 time click. Okay, so that's multiple time I clicked. So that's why it's came multiple time anyway. But this page should not display. It should display me the home page once I entered. So what I will do after this, if I will say return to the index view, because we have index view now, we have created index view. On this view I want to return it. So I will write here index view and I will write request. So that's it. It will return to the okay. Let's change the movie name. Movie name is Python. Python movie, and Guido is the hero and heroine is what? Who's XYZ? I don't know. It's heroine name. Add movie and redirect it to the this page. Click on display and we are getting Python. Okay, and we are getting all the list. Alright, so we have created this project successfully. Just add the background image, make it more beautiful, make it more nice. Okay, so whatever movie you are adding here, these all the storing in the database. Okay, if you don't believe, you can see here in the database SQLite 3. You can go to the movies. You can see here all the movies are storing into the SQLite database. All right, guys. So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time. Thanks for watching this recording. All right. If you have any doubt, anything, you can ask me. All right. So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time.